Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones, and tonight we'll get right back into the scam series. And I just want to say, for all of you who have supported my channel, I thank you very much. I know this channel doesn't get the views because I don't do the relationships and I don't do the beefing. That's not what I want to do. Other channels have that. But if you're looking for some real world information, this is the channel for you. And tonight is going to be no different because I'm going to get back into the scam series. And this one tonight is going to be about the eclipse. Now, we don't see solar eclipses too much. We see more of the lunar eclipses. Now, why is this a significant part of the scam series? Very simple. Because of tonight's title. Watch out for counterfeit eclipse glasses. Watch out for counterfeit eclipse glasses. Now, during every event, there's always somebody trying to get rich. I even saw it tonight on, I believe it was Entertainment Tonight. Guy that made a lot of money was selling fake glasses. The media went to interview him, and what did he do? He ran like a scared cat. And that's what's going to happen when these guys are caught trying to scam people. So again, the scam series topic tonight is going to be on the fake or counterfeit eclipse glasses. Now, first of all, before I get into the topic, what is involved with an eclipse? Well, it just depends on which one you're talking about, because you have basically a lunar eclipse and you have a solar eclipse. Now, basically what happens is when you have a lunar eclipse, you have the sun, you have the moon, and you have the earth. And what happens is the earth basically blocks the moon. This is where you see that shadow passing over the moon. And then you see the full moon again. Well, the same thing occurs with the sun. You'll see a black spot over the sun. That is the earth blocking out the sun. Now, you don't see too many solar eclipses. And if you want to know more about eclipses, I did an astronomy video on my other channel, the QCIS channel. But I've seen so many these glasses. They look like glasses that you would have for a party or an event like New Year's Eve. But you have to be careful. Some of them are fake. And I'm going to prove it to you while I share my screen, and let's get to it. Okay, the American Astronomical Society warns of counterfeit and fake eclipse glasses. Now, as you know, the eclipse is an event. It starts on April 8th. And of course, from this article, it was 2 weeks away. Now it's just a few days away. And right now, fake eclipse glasses are polluting the marketplace. And as recently as March 11th, the American Astronomical Society Solar Eclipse Task Force, they haven't seen evidence that any solar videos or solar viewers, correction, solar viewers, again, as recently as March 11th, the American Astronomical Society, known as the AAS Solar Eclipse Task Force, hasn't seen any evidence that any solar viewers being sold for the eclipse were unsafe. But now that's changed, with millions of Americans now becoming aware that a solar eclipse is imminent in seeking to get their hands on eye protection, it is critical that everyone understands how to spot unsafe products. Now, again, solar viewers, and let's talk about safe solar viewers. They come in a variety of styles, including from left to right. Eclipse glasses with cardboard frames, handheld viewers, and Eclipse glasses with plastic frames, courtesy Rainbow Symphony and American Paper Products. And this is what the Eclipse glasses look like. Now, as we make a comparison, counterfeits versus fakes. Now, counterfeit solar viewers are the ones that are made by one manufacturer, but fraudulently printed with the name of a different manufacturer and perhaps with their artwork as well. Now, until recently, the only counterfeit products we knew of were cardboard frame Eclipse glasses made by an unidentified factory in China, but printed with MFG by American Paper Optics, APO, on them. Now, APO is one of the major US manufacturers of safe solar viewers and prints its name and address on its Eclipse glasses, whereas the Chinese copycat products have APO's name, but not its address. Thankfully, these particular counterfeits appear to be safe. Now, in recent days, it has become evident that one or more of the unidentified factories in China, they're now producing counterfeit Eclipse glasses printed with the name and address of a different Chinese factory, Kangdin County Owi Craft Company, which is known to manufacture safe products. Some also name Kaiwi's artwork, and some include the name and logo of Kaiwi's principal North American distributor, Solar Eclipse International, Canada, known as SEIC. Now, some of these nearly identified counterfeits are indistinguishable from genuine Cowie products and appear to be safe. Others look like Cowie Eclipse glasses, but when you put them on, you realize they are no darker than ordinary sunglasses. So these products are not just counterfeit, but also fake. What it is with these glasses, what it is, and what it is with these glasses, they're basically sold as Eclipse glasses, but they are not safe for solar viewing. Now, safe solar viewers, basically what they do, they block all minuscule fraction of the sun's UV or ultraviolet, visible, and infrared light. So overexposure to sunlight in these parts of the spectrum can cause severe eye injury, ranging from temporary impaired vision to permanent blindness. Filters that provide safe, comfortable views of the sun generally transmit between 1 part in 100,000 and 1 part in 2 million of its visible light. Now, again, Rick Feinberg, he is the project manager of the AAS Eclipse or Solar Eclipse Task Force and a veteran of 14 total solar eclipses, says that these filters are at least 1,000 times darker than the darkest regular sunglasses. And this is what he's talking about right here. And you hear some talk about NASA. Well, these are the sunglasses that they're talking about. Now, if you look at the picture here, the top, what you have, that's the one that is the fake. Now, the bottom, that is the real one by NASA. Now, something you need to understand is, how do you spot fake or unsafe Eclipse glasses? Well, if you didn't buy your Eclipse glasses directly from the vetted vendor, you may be wondering, how can you be sure your glasses are safe? And this is truthful, there's no way just to tell by looking at them whether the Eclipse glasses are genuinely safe, but it is easy to tell if they are not safe. So before April 8th, put them on indoors and look around. You shouldn't be able to see anything through them except perhaps very bright lights, which should appear very faint through the glasses. Now, if you can see anything else, such as household furnishings or pictures on the wall, your glasses aren't dark enough for solar viewing. If your glasses pass the indoor test, take them outside on a sunny day, put them on, and look again. You still shouldn't see anything through them except perhaps the sun's reflection off a shiny surface or puddle. Again, if you take them outside and it's sunny, you shouldn't see anything except for the sun's reflection off of a shiny surface or a puddle, which again should appear very faint. Now, if your glasses pass the test too, glance at the sun through them for less than a second. You should see a sharp-edged round discs or round disc, which is the sun's visible face, that's comfortably bright. Now, depending on the type of filter in the glasses, the sun may appear white, bluish white, yellow, or orange. Now, if your glasses pass all three tests, they are probably safe. But if you aren't completely confident of the safety of your Eclipse glasses, you should use them sparingly. Now, during the April 8th solar eclipse, look at the sun through the glasses for no more than 2 to 3 seconds every 5 minutes or so. This will be enough to observe the moon covering more and more of the sun before maximum eclipse, then uncovering more and more of it after the maximum eclipse. Now, starting at a partial eclipse, again, starting at the partial eclipse for more than a few seconds at a time, even through perfectly safe solar viewers, isn't much far away. Now, it is impossible to detect the moon's motion across the sun in real time, except with magnification, and you must never look through magnifying optics while wearing eclipse glasses. So basically, solar filters for camera lenses, binoculars, and telescopes must always be securely mounted over the front of the optics. Now, how to tell if a solar viewer is truly safe? Well, there are standards, and solar viewers are safe if they comply with the UV, which is ultraviolet, visible, or the IR transmittance request of the ISO, which is the International Standards Organization, 12312-2 standard for filters for direct observation of the sun. So basically, you can't just look for a statement to the effect on a product or its package. Why? Because anyone can print such a statement, but that doesn't make it true. The only way to know for sure is to have the product tested at a laboratory that has been approved to conduct such tests by a recognized accrediting body. Now, the AAS Solar Eclipse Task Force has confirmed that all known US and European manufacturers of solar viewers had their products tested by properly accredited labs, and they're shown to be safe. Now, some Chinese manufacturers have also done that, but others have had the test done by labs whose accreditation is questionable or have left it to others to get the products tested. Now, the task force compiled a list of vendors who manufacture the safe solar viewers. Now, for every seller on the list, it's been confirmed 3 things: the identity of the manufacturer, that the manufacturer's viewers have been tested for compliance with ISO 12312-2 by properly accredited lab. And number three, that the viewers meet the transmissions or transmittance requirements across parts of the spectrum to which our eyes are at risk from the overly bright light. Now, here's something you need to know. If you don't see a vendor listed on the AAS Solar Eclipse website, it does not mean that their products are unsafe. There's more than 100 sellers of solar viewers, but there are hundreds more, especially on sites like Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. And with so many solar viewers out there, you can't vet every one of them. Now, something you need to know too. In this article, I recommend that you make sure that the Eclipse glasses you're buying come from one of the manufacturers that are on the AAS website. And the list are on the AAS Solar Eclipse website. But now that there is a chance that fake, or now that it's known that fake, unsafe Eclipse glasses are being misrepresented as coming from at least one of the manufacturers. Again, it's already known that there are fake, unsafe Eclipse glasses that are being misrepresented as coming from at least one of these manufacturers. It's an urge to take a more cautious approach. So it's urged to take a more cautious approach. So it is recommended that if you buy anything online, solar viewers online, buy only from sites you reach by clicking on the links from the AAS list or from a seller whose identity you can verify and whose name appears on the AAS website. It's recommended not to buy Eclipse glasses from random sellers online marketplaces, even if they claim to get their products from a supplier on the list or to be approved by the AAS or NASA. Now, the U.S. Space Agency doesn't approve or endorse commercial products, so any claim to the contrary is a warning sign that you're not dealing with a trustworthy seller. Similarly, if a vendor claims to be on the AAS suppliers list, but you can't find it there, don't trust them at all. It's a scam. If you already got your glasses from a source not on the list, do the simple test that I just told you about to make sure that the viewers are not obviously dangerous. Now, again, if you have any concern that your Eclipse glasses or other solar viewers might be unsafe, just discard them and return them for a refund. Can't replace them with a genuinely safe viewer or viewers, either because there's not enough time or they're sold out. You don't have to skip the Eclipse. As noted on the AAS Solar Eclipse Task Force Eye Safety page, there's an alternative method for safe viewing of the partially eclipsed sun, indirectly via pinhole projection. For example, of pinhole projection during the partial eclipse, cross the outstretched, slightly open fingers of one hand over the outstretched, slightly open fingers of the other, creating a waffle pattern with your back to the sun. Look at your hand's shadow on the ground. The little spaces between your fingers will project a grid of small images on the ground showing the crescent shape of the partially obscured sun. Or just look at the shadow of a leafy tree during the partial eclipse. You'll see the ground dappled with crescent-shaped suns projected by the tiny spaces between the leaves. And a colander, yes, a colander, it makes a terrific pinhole projector, as does a straw hat or perforated spoon, a Ritz cracker, or anything else with small holes in it. So there are alternatives if you don't have eclipse glasses or eclipse safety glasses, or you find or you believe that they're fake. Now, keep in mind that you do pinhole projection with the sun at your back. And what you look at is the shadow of the projector, which will be superimposed with small images of the sun. Again, you must have your back to the sun, and what you look at is the shadow of the projector, which will be superimposed with small images of the sun. So do not look at the sun through the pinholes. Note also that pinhole projection doesn't work during totality, but that's not a problem because you can look directly at the eclipse sun, which is no brighter than a full moon, and therefore not bright enough to project images through small holes. So without eye protection, without eye protection, as long as you stop looking or put your solar viewers back on as soon as the moon begins to uncover the sun, and daylight suddenly returns. Now, again, when it comes to an eclipse, there are two types of eclipses, lunar and solar. And both of them involve three masses: Earth, the moon, and the sun. Now, I will explain to you the differences after I share my screen again. And I'm going to talk about some videos here. Let's go back and let's go get this one. Make sure we have everything up. All right. What I'm going to show you is how to spot fake eclipse glasses. These videos are for educational purposes only. Fair use. Fair use.
Well, as the total solar eclipse approaches, there are tons of scams out there for eclipse glasses that claim to protect your eyes from the sun.
Yeah, Hank Winchester has a warning from doctors and the Better Business Bureau about the fake products. Take a look.
The solar eclipse, an event capturing the attention of people around the world, and the scammers know it. Unfortunately, some are already creating and selling products that could actually create big health implications for you and your eyesight. It's something that's already on the radar at the Better Business Bureau, working to track these scams.
The scams range from different things such as your glasses, just knowing which glasses are safe.
Here's Melanie Ducanel with the Better Business Bureau in southeastern Michigan.
You can print anything on paper these days, so verifying how good these glasses are and who you're buying them from is really important.
Already we've seen scammers selling items that are not approved to help you view the solar eclipse safely. Henry Ford Health ophthalmologist Dr. Kumar says he's very concerned about the products that are being sold right now that are not tested, that are not legit. Here's what you need to look for.
You want it to have that ISO 12312-2. That's been tested and that we know is safe.
And don't think that your everyday sunglasses will work, that they're safe, that they'll give you the protection that you need. They won't.
It's not going to cut it. It does not have the proper amount of protection to correctly and properly filter out the most harmful rays that come from direct observation of the sun.
All All right, fair use.
As the solar eclipse gets closer, a warning about fake eye protection. Looking at a total solar eclipse without proper glasses can be dangerous, and counterfeits are flooding the market. CBS 2 investigative reporter Masa Saidi shows us how to protect yourself and your family.
The solar eclipse just days away, but before you look up, beware. Tonight, reports that alleged scammers are selling fakes online, something Inside Edition's Les Trent says he's seen firsthand.
People are trying to make money. That's the bottom line.
Trent says he found this ad on Craigslist. The deal, 500 pairs for $100. The seller claimed the glasses were NASA approved. Only problem, we're told, quote, NASA does not approve any particular brand of solar viewer. When Trent challenged the seller, who we are not showing, he walked away.
Are these legitimate?
Yes, I've been hearing stories about these counterfeits.
Dr. Chris Starr says if you look at the eclipse without proper glasses, even for a few seconds, you could burn the cells in your retina, and that cannot be undone.
Could you become permanently blind?
Yeah, you could become permanently legally blind. And kids' eyes tend to be even more vulnerable to the sunlight.
Think you can spot a fake? Take a close look. Both pairs have the logo of the group that certifies products. You can see ISO certification number 123122. According to the American Astronomical Society, or ASA, the top pair is counterfeit, the bottom real. So to protect yourself, buy your glasses directly from a seller approved by the ASA. Make sure they aren't scratched or torn. A legit pair should block nearly all light. Test them inside. Only the brightest lights should be faintly visible. And if you are still looking for a pair, we're going to put a list of approved vendors on our website. And we should also mention, Christine, I know it didn't look so great, the guy mentioned an Inside Edition story, but he hasn't been charged with anything, just so we're clear.
But it's great advice. You really shouldn't be able to see anything, because I tried on a legit pair and I couldn't see anything out of those glasses.
That's good.
So it's definitely a good sign that it's legit. By the way, welcome to the team. We're so excited to have you. It's somewhat of a return back to New York City for you.
Yeah, that's right. I have gone all over the country for this job, and it's a dream to come back, and I'm so excited to get to work and to help people in the community.
All right, Masa, we can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Welcome.
Fair use.
News 8 is your home for the total solar eclipse, and it seems scammers are getting craftier and craftier. We have new warnings from the Better Business Bureau on eclipse-related scams.
This in connection to the proper eyewear and rental stays. Natalie Kutchko joining us now with more on this. Natalie.
Adam, Teresa, that's right. The caution is on scammers listing rentals with fake addresses to capitalize on those payments, in addition to selling fake eclipse glasses for a profit. For the waves of travelers booking rentals in our region, there are some listings with wrong addresses, incorrect images of the property, matched with high prices. Now, while no activity has been reported to the Better Business Bureau just yet, officials tell us it is definitely happening locally as scammers are trying to take advantage of those visitors. Also, according to the BBB, other scammers are making knockoff eclipse glasses for money. Representatives from the Bureau explain how to tell if your glasses are legit.
When you buy them, make sure that you see these messages on the side, one from the International Organization of Standardization. And second, you really want to take a close look at them to make sure that they look safe. If the lenses are punctured or damaged at all, you don't want to use those. If you put them on and you can see other things in a room, then it's probably not a good idea to use those.
The Attorney General issued a statement today urging New Yorkers to make sure their glasses are ISO certified, as mentioned, encouraging anyone who comes across fake glasses to file a report with the AG's office, as well as anyone facing last-minute hotel cancellations that may seem skeptical to file a complaint as well. Folks are also welcome to report any suspicious activity on the Better Business Bureau's website.
And again, these scammers are out here because it's a big event. They want to make a profit. And you saw 3 different videos talking about the same topic, but there were mechanisms that were used on the 3 different videos. One of them, he actually had glasses with ISO on the side, but you had fake addresses. The other ones, you didn't have ISO, they were just glasses. And then the third one, you had 500 pairs of glasses for $100. In fact, that gentleman that you saw carrying that bag of, I call them sunglasses, but they're solar viewers, he was also on, I believe it was Entertainment Tonight, one of those other shows. And a media reporter went up to him and he ran like a chicken because he was selling fake glasses. And like I said, this content doesn't get the viewership, but I'm telling you what goes on out here. There are a lot of scams. In fact, the American dream is really the American scheme in most parts, because a lot of what you see in America is talk from people who have gotten over on other people. But again, when you go out and observe this eclipse, what you need is the proper eyewear. And it has to be certified by ISO 12312-2. ISO is the International Standard Organization. They certify a lot of labs. You see ISO 9000, ISO 9001, and the labs must be accredited by ISO as well. And again, something else you saw in the videos, the website. They've actually taken the AAS website, the scammers, and duplicated it. And they have some vendors that they've duplicated. Now, if you listen to my scam videos in the past, the same thing always happens. The scammers are now duplicating websites. And what happens is companies have to spend a lot of money on different types of firewalls, malware, spyware protection. And some of these companies actually hire hackers. But so you understand what an eclipse is. An eclipse involves three entities of mass: the sun, the moon, and the earth. Now, generally, we see a lot of lunar eclipses. Lunar eclipses happen when there's the sun, the earth is in the middle, and there's the moon. And what happens during a lunar eclipse is the sun hits the earth while the earth blocks the moon. This is when you'll see the shadow cast over the moon. And then once the shadow, and that shadow is the earth, it's really blocking the moon from the sun, where you see a black spot. And then once the earth passes by the moon, you will see the moon again. Now, the solar eclipse involves the same entity, but that's when the moon blocks the sun from hitting the earth. This is why you see a black patch over the sun, but you can still see the sun rays. And for minutes, it's going to appear to be dark. Now, again, with the science, and you can catch all the science information on my other channel, where I'm going to get into northern lights and southern lights and more astronomy. But basically, that's what eclipses are. Now, the solar eclipses happen probably once in a lifetime, because the next one that will appear is going to occur in the 24th century. So that shows you how often the solar eclipses take place. And it's a big deal to a number of individuals because, just like the Rona, you had a number of individuals make a lot of money off of masks. And it's no different. And what happens is a lot of scammers, because it's a big money maker, they're going to find their way to get their hands in the till by creating fraudulent products. So what I'm here to remind you to do is, before you buy anything, make sure that the devices are certified and tested via ISO 12312-2. And again, Eclipse is a good event, but just like every scam, I just want to say this: be cautious. Don't be a victim. Watch your surroundings. Why? Because we can all be scammed. And we can outsmart the scammers by utilizing proper information. And my channel gives you information to prevent you from becoming a scam victim. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some STEM content, check out the QCIS channel. On that channel, I give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, after I pre-record all of my videos on YouTube, post my videos from both channels, the QCIS channel and the 411 Talk Zone radio show channel, up to X, which is formerly Twitter. Now, since the QCIS channel is an educational channel, I also post videos from the QCIS channel up to my LinkedIn page. In the end, always be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. And once again, thank you for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Won't you all have a wonderful, gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.